Hello, it's Susan here from Komori no Hime Cosplay, and welcome back to the 20 Years of Anime project in which we count down to the year 2020 using costumes. Today we're going to be going back to 2007 and making the pouch for Amu from Shugo Chara. To make Amu's pouch, I started using a belt that I got off of Amazon and then made the pattern pieces. They're all just a bunch of rectangles, and I will be mentioning the measurements since I've been getting asked that fairly frequently. So we're going to cut 6 of the larger rectangles. These are going to become the bag flap and the bag sides. And we're also going to be cutting 3 of them out of interfacing. And these are 7 inches by 9 inches. Then for what is going to become the bag bottom and the bag top, we're going to cut 4 pieces and cut 2 pieces of interfacing, and this is 3 inches by 9 inches. And then for the bag sides, we're going to cut 4 out of the fabric and then 2 out of the interfacing, and these are 3 inches by 7 inches. And then the last piece, this would vary based on how wide your belt ends up being, but we're going to cut 1 more rectangle that's going to become the belt loop. Now we're going to start by assembling the outer portion of the bag, and we're going to take the belt loop piece. As you can see, it's got interfacing applied to it, and we're going to fold all of the edges inward and sew them into place. Then for the piece that is going to become the bag flap, we're going to take that piece and we're going to sew on the bag top piece like so. For the bag side pieces, I sewed some piping to the top and bottom of each, and also sewed on a strip of black ribbon. You could use a different trim or one that has studs on it to make it a little bit more accurate to the source material. Then we have the piece that is going to become the front side of the bag, and we're going to sew the piping all along 3 of the sides. And lastly, we're going to take the piece that's going to become the back side of the bag, and we're only going to sew piping on to the sides of it. Sew the bag side pieces to the bag bottom piece to create 1 long strip. Now it's time to start assembly. So we're going to take the belt loop piece and place it onto the bag back piece and sew it together along the top and bottom, leaving the sides open so that we can thread the belt through. We're also going to take the strip that we made earlier of the sides and bottom and other side of the bag and sew that to the bag front. For the flap of the bag, we're going to press the seam open, and we're going to sew on some more of the black ribbon to create a cross shape. We're also going to take the lining pieces for the bag flap and the bag top and sew them together, just like we did for the outer portion. Sew the bag back piece to the part that we assembled earlier to create the base pouch, and we're also going to sew some silver beads onto the black ribbon so that it matches the character design. Also going to repeat the same process using the lining fabric to create the bag lining, and we're just not going to be adding all of the piping and all those little details. Though we are going to add piping to the bag flap all along the edge, making sure that this little piece here doesn't get stuck. And now we're going to keep that flipped up so it doesn't get in the way, and we're going to take the flap lining piece and putting right sides together, we're going to sew it together all along the edge, leaving the top open so it can be turned right side out. Turn the pouch flap right side out, and we're going to sew some black lace all along the outer edge. Now we're going to take the base bag that we made earlier, and we're going to find the back side of the pouch And putting right sides together, we're going to sew the flap to the back. Putting right sides together, sew the lining to the rest of the bag, all along the edge, leaving a gap open in the back so that it can be turned right side out. Turn the pouch right side out, and we're going to hand sew the hole closed. Now it's just time to decorate. So I went ahead and sewed some more of the silver beads onto the ribbon, and I couldn't find a patch that had the heart with a crown in it, so I just made my own patch out of black fabric, and I'm going to continue to decorate it. I sewed some black lace around the edges of the heart, and then also sewed on some white fake pearls to frame it and made a crown design in the center. Then sewed on a chain to each side of the bag, and for the charms, I couldn't find any of the card suite charms in any of the stores near me, so I ended up going to Amazon, and I'll put an affiliate link to it in the description box below if you want to check it out. So I found these, and I just painted them the appropriate colors and used a jump ring to attach them onto the chain. Slide the belt through the belt loop on the back of the pouch, and with that, Amu's bag is done. For more cosplay tutorial videos, please subscribe, and thank you very much for watching!